Okay. I realized while whipping this why I hate whipping cream. I forgot, but now I remember. That's why I stopped buying it. I hate whipping it. So, clearly, we're in the kitchen tonight, and you can see that my lighting is bad, but it's not my fault, okay? Well, we're fasting, so I had to wait until we broke to film this part of the video. It's just the intro. The rest of it will also be in bad lighting. So we're still fasting. That's what I meant by we're fasting. So this part of the video is just me going through ingredients: butter, sugar, yeast, and like the processes for making. It's just regular brioche donut. I actually put the measurements in the description also, along with the link to the website for where I got the recipe for the Kinder Bueno cream filling. And then obviously eggs. I never proof my yeast. You should. But I know that my yeast is always fresh because I've usually always just baked. So it's fine. But also check out this editing. I'm super proud of myself for getting like that flow. And then the reason you can hear water is because I was gonna make a joke about how like, oh yeah, me touching raw eggs and then having to rinse my hands immediately. Lemon zest just for a little freshness. So like sweet doughs will use things like lemon zest in them, which is always nice. I don't know, I liked this part of the video. I think I did an okay job. It's not great, but it's better than ones I've done before. And I tried to incorporate like some of the things I've learned about continuity in how I filmed like big shot, small shot, medium in action shot. So this video has changed from a donut making video to a video making video. So but yeah, and then I just put that in the mixer until it was really soft, and then I sort of formed it into a ball with my hands, and then it was on to cover it and then let it rise for over a night. Actually, I put this in the fridge until the next day because bread really likes like a slow rise. And then when I got it out, ooh, look at me putting it in the fridge, all cool and stuff. Then when I got it out, I just portioned it. So depending on the size, like I would usually make anywhere between 50 to 70 grams, and I do weigh them. So it's just my scale on the one side, and so I just portion them up into little balls while weighing them. I think these ones were about 62 grams each. Yeah, so somewhere like 62, somewhere like 63, not more than that. And it made a bunch of them. Like I think it was like 14 exactly. And so this is just me tucking them up real tight and then rolling them up into really nice balls. And I'm just gonna lay them out on the mat, and then they'll rise for about 2 hours before you get ready to fry them. Which is great. The kitchen happened to be really cold that night, so it didn't rise as well as it should have, but it was still fine. They still all puffed up really well. I don't know why I'm smacking the hell out of the donuts, but I'm a fan of playing with your food. Also, check out this part of the video, because that looked blessing. Oh, ignore the awkward pot movement. Again, for this part, I was so pleased with how it came out, like the continuity. I don't know, I liked it. If you liked it, let me know. If you hated it, if you're like, this girl doesn't know what she's doing, tell me, okay? And then I'll cry and then I'll fix it for next time. But it's okay. It's all good. And then I believe that I did about 3 batches. So like each one had 5. So the first one 5, first one 5, and the last one was like 4. And I think that's about 14. Not more than that. That's gonna take too long to fry. I did let mine go a little bit too long. I realized that. But it's because I was moving the camera around and like, up down view, side view and stuff. But it was okay. I ate them and my friends ate them, so it was fine. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the idea is we can't eat the Kinder Bueno again. It's one of my favorite chocolates. So I looked it up. This was a couple weeks ago, but I just saved it until now. And I'm gonna try and make it. I found like a copycat recipe, and it looks good. It's the one recipe I found that like I didn't even bring the main ingredient with me. It's not here. That was a waste of everybody's time. Okay. Back, and I have gathered all of the ingredients. So it's hazelnut butter. That's the thing. This is awful because I did the whole thing. It's just the intro though that's this bad. The rest of it is actually pretty well organized. Here are the ingredients. So I just went to the Walk Barn and got like some of the hazelnut butter. It was really expensive. I don't know why it's that expensive. I would just use peanut butter. I have like a tin of peanut butter. But we're going for the Kinder taste. It's a copycat Kinder Bueno filling recipe. That's what this is. I hope it'll be good. The recipe looks promising. White chocolate. I just got the molten wafers. You can use any white chocolate. I'm sure you can use any white chocolate. What's the cheapest at the store? Even if you have like bar chocolate, I don't keep white chocolate. Actually, that's not true. I have actual white chocolate, but it's like chocolate making chocolate, like couverture chocolate. So I can't use that. And I also had to buy milk chocolate because while I also have chocolate at home, I only have the dark types, the dark stuff. I only really buy like 70% and above for snacking. And for baking, I use mostly semi-sweet. And for chocolate making, I have couverture, which is like things like 90%. It's a lot. It's a high content. So I had to get like regular milk chocolate for the realism, the whole thing. Again, it's just the snack and wafers. Oh yeah, condensed milk. The recipe calls for 393 mils of condensed milk, right? Oh, 390 grams. That makes so much more sense. Because I was like, my can is not 393 mils. My can is whatever this is. But that makes so much more sense. But then 500 mils of whipping cream. This is 473. It's going to be fine. I don't think it matters that much. Also, I think I will actually just make half. I don't know if I'm going to like it. So we'll start with like an amount that we can control. And then finally, in the actual recipe, which I will put in the description, it says to use Panafix. I looked it up. It's basically a whipped cream stabilizer. Like what's it like? The kind of cream to keep it from like falling apart and like just to keep your whipped cream from staying on. I couldn't find it at the store. I found Whip It. That's definitely not in focus. So let's do that. I found Whip It. It's vegan. It's sugar, cornstarch, tricalcium phosphate. I probably could have just used cornstarch. Actually, I bought this months ago. It's been in the cupboard since last year. That's not the point. I'm gonna use cornstarch, and I know it works because there's this lady. She's on Instagram. She's actually on YouTube as well, and she does like. Well, she used to like. I remember like early on, like after the pandemic and stuff. That was her thing. She did like testing different methods for keeping whipped cream stable. I don't remember her name, but I will at some point. Cornstarch works, but I already have this, so we're gonna do it like the full thing. And always, my scale is back. Not as always, just when I'm cooking, my scale will show up a lot. I like the scale. And we will be using a whisk at some point. It doesn't say my entire whisking. We'll just use an electric one. I think that's everything. That's all the ingredients. It's exciting. I'm excited. It looks good. Let's try. And once I get my huge ass head out of the way, we're gonna get started with the condensed milk. I basically just poured half the can in. I don't know why it's taking me so long to open it. But basically the first portion was me just adding the condensed milk and the hazelnut butter in the correct measurements in a bowl and stir that, and I put that aside before I moved on to making. Basically what I realized about halfway through making this is just like a hazelnut ganache with, and it just happened to have two different types of chocolate. But if you're making like a ganache for like a fill-in for something, this is exactly how you would make it. I mean, minus the addition of the condensed milk, which is not usual in ganaches, but yeah, it's just stuff. The worst part of all this was when I was editing the video, when I put in all the clips. It was about an hour 30-minute long. I was able to cut it down to like 20 minutes, and I was so shocked. And I developed like a newfound respect for like video editors and like movie editors, because this is tedious and stupid. By the way, I think I said that phrase at some point in the video already. Yeah, it took a while. There was a lot of mixing. I was like, why do I have so many cups of me just mixing and stirring and whipping and whisking? It was, oof. I was exhausted of watching myself. I wonder how you guys feel now watching this. That is giving me a lot to think about. You know, the thing is, my last video was about 10 minutes, and I got some feedback that it should be longer, so I made this one longer. But look at me being all cinematic. I moved like the water to the cooker. I'm so happy with how this part turned out. Ignore the length, okay? But I think I just learned a bunch of stuff about all of these, so not so bad, right? Okay, and then you just melt your chocolate on a double boiler before you add in the cream. Again, another weird thing this recipe asked me to do was to melt the chocolate first before adding in the cream. For usually, if I was making a ganache or something, I would just put all of it together in the same measuring cup and shove it in the microwave. It's done in like half a minute. But because I was trying to like have the recipe turn out almost exact as the chocolate filling, I tried to stick to the steps in the recipe, and so I just followed it. So once the chocolate and the cream was all melted, I stuck that in the fridge to cool down for a little bit before I began whipping it. Onto the whisk. This is one of the clips where when I was editing it, I was like, why is it so long? And I guess my whisk broke halfway through, because I had to switch it out into like a sturdy one. Thank God I have multiple. Imagine like halfway through whisk and then like you don't have a whisk anymore. I mean, it'd be fine, you would just eat it runny. It's not the end of the world. But the idea was to get the whipped ganache so it wouldn't be so like runny, it would be like stable. And then adding in the whippet just to keep the cream stabilized. The problem is, I think with the whipping it and the keeping it stabilized, the combination, the end product was a little bit too thick. So note for future me, if you're ever gonna make this again, either like add in the stabilizer when it's like softly whipped, or I don't know. I'm not sure what the takeaway from this is. I don't know. But yeah, when I got to about this texture, I kind of just stopped. Okay. As I'm whipping this, I remember exactly why I stopped buying whipping cream. So yeah, I used to make my sister whip the cream for me. We'd be like, yeah, we're going to eat crepes or pancakes. Like, yeah, you whip the cream, I'll make the stuff. It's just tedious and stupid. I mean, it's fine. It actually looks like it. With the color, this is the color of the Kinder. But yeah, no, I don't like it. I will not be doing it again. The process is a lot. Actually, it's really quick. I think it's because I'm also filming, so it's taking like a lot longer. I don't like it. And we're right back to the vigorous whiskey. For the vigorous, but good news is, it ends at some point. You get to end whisking. You get to stop. Just super excited for me, because I felt like I'd been doing this for like 5 years. I think it was mostly because I was tired and it was making, so everything seemed longer and longer. And as you can see early on, it seems like I took care to actually fold in the chocolate cream, but I gave up at some point. I was just like, oh, whatever, it's fine, it's all gonna get mixed together anyway. So I lost all technique and just smushed that together. But yeah, that's the final step, and then you get to fill it in. Okay, everything's ready, so just have to put it together. It's that ambush. I've got oh yeah, I have a yeah, Bismarck, that's what they're called, Bismarck pregnancy tip. And I've got a piping bag, so we're just gonna use it to fill that and the joint. And I think that's the last step. And then, because, okay, usually if I did donuts, I would put like jam in and so there'd be sugar on. But because I know this is super duper sweet, I have left it plain. I hope it's fine. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What's great about Bismarck tips is normally if you just have a regular tip, you would have to go like with like a chopstick or something to like make space in the thing you want to fill, like the shoe puff or the donut. But this is great because you can just like stab it and then it will actually just like fill it as you go. If it comes out, which seems to be the problem now, is that I've overfilled this. Oh, it's actually coming out. I was stupid. Immediately, I realized that was a mistake. You can see I've changed the tip. It was just way too thick to like actually come out smoothly. The little like thin little so cute. Bismarck piping tip. So obviously I went back to my trusty method of shoving a chopstick in, making a hole, and then just fill it in with a regular round tip. That worked so much better. I could make like little dots in the top. So yeah, the rest of that went really smooth. That was the final step. Luckily, okay, we can eat. So I'm actually going to try one. I don't know. Usually you would put like garnish on this, but no one's going to eat it except me. Very interesting flavor. I like it actually. See? I don't know that I like it with donut. I think it would be better in a cake. It's like a chocolate cake or vanilla cake. Yeah, because donut is such like a fried thing, it's better with something like include salmon sugar or jam. I don't know. Maybe it's just what I'm used to. I don't like. It's also why I don't like pastry cream and donut. I just don't get it. Why would you want your donut to have something heavy, to have a heavy feeling? It makes no sense to me. I like it. I don't like it together. I will not do it again. Or I might do it again, but I'll put it in something else. I don't like it in a donut, but it's delicious. Good experiment. It's a pretty good copycat recipe. I'm actually going to go and have dinner now because if I eat this, I'm going to be sick. And then I won't eat anything else, and then it'll be tomorrow morning, and then I'll be too sleepy to eat. Outro. Thank you for watching. I did say I was going to spend on next week. It's been a week. And you get this one. Come back again. I didn't talk that much in this one. I might